In the Lord's commandment to the people of this day, tithing is 1/10 of all their interest annually, which is understood to mean income. The First Presidency has said no one is justified in making any other statement than this. We pay tithing, as the Savior taught, by bringing the tithes into the storehouse. We do this by paying our tithing to our bishop or branch president. We do not pay tithing by contributing to our favorite charities. The contributions we should make to charities come from our own funds, not from the tithes we are commanded to pay to the storehouse of the Lord.
The Lord wants all His children to partake of the eternal blessings available in His temple. He has directed what each person must do to qualify to enter His holy house. All requirements to enter the temple relate to personal holiness. To assess that readiness, each person who wants to enjoy the blessings of the temple will have 2 interviews. First, with a bishop, bishopric counselor, or branch president. Second, with a stake or mission president or one of his counselors. In those interviews, several questions will be asked. Some of those questions have recently been edited for clarity. I would like to review them for you now. Are you a full tithe payer?
Travis Wingoodsall. I've got breaking news tonight that's likely to have me stay up late. But first, as I was going to the mailroom today, I saw several little girls going to the mailroom as well, because the big action-packed thriller is out. All girls were waiting for it. Number 6 in the series. Number 1 in your hearts. No, it's for this. So cute. And I'm surprised Disney usually trashes their DVDs ever since Blu-ray came out. This one worked. So unless it ends up being in Chinese. Stay tuned for further updates and responses. Had to cut my news watching short, even though I was under full attack by the YouTube Mormon employee today. Dear God. He knows the church is false and is willingly attacking me. He knows I'm a prophet and is willingly attacking me. Yet again, a third consequence of the prophecy dream of flooding. Actual flooding this time, which will be more involved in tomorrow's video for you guys. I mean, seriously, Mormons, how many more times do I have to prove I have the gifts? Nelson ain't got it. I did, in advance. Boom, here we go again, a third time. National Guard flooding the streets. We got stormtrooper alert tomorrow. I warned you, you don't want to believe. You want me dead to prove the church is true. If we just get rid of them, the church will be true again. And then the lawnmower incident today in Adam-on-Diamond from the church news last night, which, yeah, it was also, I was seeing it on the local news tonight also from that. And then now the flooding is coming, which is going to be made worse because of the fires that have been happening. What does it take, Mormons? Oh, right. Destruction. Just like the Nephites. Just like the Jaredites. Just like everybody who are wicked. Wicked. Did I see that? I don't think I've seen that. I've got it. I'm pretty sure I've got it. I think there's a 2 out, isn't there? So anyway. Kay Birmingham. In, I think she was August of 2019, filed a lawsuit against the church. She included RICO and claimed that the church is defrauding Mormons. Her client was Gaddy out in, I believe, North Carolina, with their tithing donations. I notified her. Tithing is not a donation. But she published a book. She thinks she's the expert with one book. James Huntsman would come out, sue the church for tithing donations. And I'm here banging my head because he's in California. It should have been an easy slam dunk win victory, but you called tithing a donation. Stupid billionaires off of daddy's wealth. You got a lawyer who wrote one book and a billionaire who inherited it, and they don't even know Mormonism. So, yes, I too filed against the church right after Kay Birmingham. I got her leftover lawyer who got fired. I've got the receipt of them trying to assassinate me. little girls in the back. And then I put Holland in the hospital, and they didn't want to tell us for 2 weeks later. What does it take? Right, destruction. God. And so again, I have to point this out. Kay Birmingham, dumbass against Jesus. Section 119, Mormons and ex-foes. You all know this. Every tithing settlement that we had until Nelson changed the name, trying to trick us into thinking it's something else and revised. Quote from this. The lessons in Sunday school, seminary, institute, missions, all from this. Nelson gets up at the pulpit of conference and says it's number 10. Even Oaks, as I've been repeating his clip over and over and over just lately, for months now. Donations are not for tithing. The donations are from your funds. The Lord takes your tithing for his storehouse, not the food storehouse of donations. And everybody's stupid on this. They're bleeping, bleeping, bleep, bleep, bleep. What does it take? Verily, thus saith the Lord, I require all their surplus property. Require. It's an order. It's not a donation. A donation means you choose and how much you choose to give. This is an order. It is not a choice. It is therefore not a donation. Even Malachi says that tithing is not part of offerings. To be put in the hands of the bishop of my church in Zion, for the building of mine house, for the laying the foundation of Zion, for the priesthood, and for the debts above and beyond priestcraft for the presidency of the church. And this is only the beginning of the tithing of my people. After that, those who have been tithed shall now pay an additional 1/10 of their interest annually, and this shall be a standing law, not a donation. Unto them forever, for my holy priesthood, saith the Lord. And so here you're going to be deported for being poor and homeless. We've got more homeless people that have just been added to Utah's list, of which they're not being counted on the unemployment numbers. So employment rose where the nation is falling, because they won't count the homeless. And then if you don't practice 11-year-old child bride polygamy, which Oklahoma apparently is, oh dear God, a Mormon family out in Utah or Oklahoma are finally obeying President Nelson. He came out with that on Revelation chapter 3, 17th of December 2017, fifth dark day of Hanukkah. While Oaks was not dead yet, or not Oaks, Monson was not dead yet. I just want to scream. Just want to scream. So again, I have to repeat today's video. So far behind. Nobody's listening. Nobody's believing. And I had, oh dear God, I had to, help believe, what the hell? Yeah, Brigham Young. Brigham Young. So yeah, we do this one. Yeah, they're not wanting to wait until 14th of October when Skynet takes over. But this is exactly how it worked in the movie. There were so many computer problems and glitches and errors and complications that they thought, oh, Skynet, let's make it operational, it'll fix everything. Wrong. It was a trap. Exactly. Just like Disney with the DVDs once they created Blu-ray. All of a sudden, oh, DVDs no longer work. Oh, wow, this sucks. Oh, but 1080p? Ooh. I'll just fork out all the money to buy a Blu-ray player. Oh, I gotta buy a new TV screen to watch Blu-ray on? It's just a money scam. So, section 47. I just did this recently. Again. This ordinance is hereby declared to be a public ordinance and shall be enforced from and after its passage. Jedediah M. Grant, Speaker of the House of Representatives. Heber C. Kimball, Speaker of the Senate. Approved February 6, 1851. Brigham Young, Governor of what? Supposed to be the territory of Utah. Thomas Bullock is the clerk. An ordinance incorporating the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Oops, section 115 is a forged document. Passed 4th of February, 1851. Section 1, be it ordained by the General Assembly of the State of Deseret. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints incorporated the name in 1851. Not 1838, definitely not 6th of April, 1830. Not 1834, when the name was changed to the Church of the Latter-day Saints, which Joseph put in his 1838 history that got published in 1842 in Nauvoo in the Times and Seasons, which we have the original document, and the dumbass, evil-disposed and designing militant person who changed the name. Right there on the document. Jesus Christ. Willard Richards. The one who also married Jailbait in Nauvoo Temple in January 1846, before it was even dedicated, as Joseph, also in Epstein's little black book of Brigham Young. Joseph was also posthumously, for the dead, sealed to the 23 women, all on different days, because they didn't want the women to know that other women were also getting married to Joseph. And yet, both Mormons and ex-foes, and therefore never-mos, all believe Joseph Smith was a rapist of little girls and women and married women, and just want to scream. This is the fraud. In legal terminology, as Oakes will explain it to you, means they have no authority, not just for the religion, not just for marriage and the patriarchal blessings and priesthood and ordinances and rituals. Even for the church, none. No authority. All your rituals, marriages, are null and void. All of your dead ancestors, oops, they're still going to burn in hell. All of that extortion money of tithing, oops, they stole it from you. The people just think they're so smart, and they're not. Donation? And so, it's illegal. They tried to fudge it by just changing it in April of this year, 1851, to say that, well, it's territory of Utah. Because the Edmunds-Tucker Act, 1887, it disincorporated not just the Perpetual Immigration Fund for its criminal RICO violations. RICO wasn't created until, I think, 1971-ish, somewhere around there. Doing away with the previous rule that originally took down gang members. And so the RICO Act was then formed to be more specific about gang members. Edmunds-Tucker Act also dissolved, disincorporated, ceasing to exist on the face of the earth, the religion, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And it even, in the actual documents of the case, they make it very clear that the church tried to scam by changing it to April back to the territory of Utah. No, no, no. No, no, no. And so the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints was never reincorporated. I don't have it in this file. Heber J. Grant, 1923. Oakes, can you explain about legal non-authorization? Not just religion. Can you tell your audience about fruit of the poison tree? Articles of incorporation of the corporation of the President of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I, the undersigned, have been duly chosen and appointed President of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, in conformity with the rights, regulations, and discipline of said church. It doesn't exist. It was dissolved, disincorporated. And so he's forming a corporation for financial management of the religion that doesn't exist, that was illegal and shut down by the United States of America. Come on, Kay. I warned her, I warned James. Neither of them listened to me. Bleeping bleepers. God. And so Mormons, by the way, this corporation shall have power without any authority or authorization from the members of said church or religious society that does not exist. This means you're slaves to the church, called chattel. You exist as members to pay the corporation, the storehouse of Jesus, not the storehouse of charity, donations. That comes from your funds. I just want to scream. This is simple, especially for somebody who's educated in law, degreed, passed the bar, licensed, and experienced, and at least one book published. God, you cannot win against this church. It's going to take Trump. I hope this escalates, seriously. I have made it multiply clear to my government when I see something and say something to them. Not just to the attorney generals, not just to the FBIs, not just to the presidents, not just to Homeland Security. Dear God, what does it take to bring down this corrupt organization? My hell. They're gonna murder Trump. And they already attempted it in 2020 when Oaks said it was just a test run. Dear God. And here I am again, warning Mormons with a dream. Number three, I saw the storm clouds a-coming. Court rejects another major fraud lawsuit against the LDS Church over tithing. Another would-be class action lawsuit against the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, alleging fraud over the practice of tithing, has been rejected by the appeals court. 100th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals ruled Tuesday, today, that wide-ranging fraud and racketeering allegations brought by former LDS Latter-day Saints Laura Gaddy, K. Birmingham, and two co-plaintiffs in 2019 were barred under the church autonomy doctrine, which precludes courts from probing into matters of faith. This is not even a faith. It's not a church. It's a criminal organization. It's RICO. All she had to do is say it's not a donation. And if she had just done a little research, she would have known this is a fraud, that it is illegal and shut down by the United States of America. It does not have religious freedom protections under the First Amendment. God. Oaks can explain all this to you guys. Former prosecutor. Former Utah Supreme Court Justice. Please, Oaks, come out and confess. I mean, teach and educate. Oh my God. She tried to include, yeah, she went too far beyond the mark. She should have just stuck with tithing first. And then after you expose the church as a criminal fraud, then you can do all of the history lies and cult group activity stuff. And that's where she went wrong. Yep, here it is. The Denver-based appeals court wrote Tuesday that examining Gaddy's assertions that the church leaders solicited donations through misrepresenting the faith's history. Oh my God. Oh my God. Including how the Book of Mormon was translated. And the visions of church founder Joseph Smith. Oh my God, I want to scream. Improperly requires adjudication of ecclesiastical questions, namely the truth or falsity of religious belief. Dear God, you dumbass K. Accusing the church of mail and wire fraud and communication, what the plaintiffs contend are false teachings that mislead them into paying tithing. Called it a donation. You blew it right there. All of this doesn't matter. All you had to do was say, tithing is not a donation. Section 119 makes it very clear it's not a donation. The church was incorporated in 1851 under the state of Deseret, not the territory of Utah. They tried to forge it by claiming it was the territory of Utah. The United States, Edmunds-Tucker Act exposes all this and dissolves the church. Then Heber J. Grant reincorporated a corporation to enslave the former members into thinking the church is still true and thus to pay tithing. Then she could have thrown it in that the church criminally frauding themselves as a front for religious activity, for their criminal activity, is deceiving members into paying tithing, being led to believe it's a donation when it's a forced requirement, for prostitution and other criminal activities, with a long list that's buried in the boxes that I put in the corner, not out in front so I can pull it out, and then add all of this. Oh, God. And seriously, I'm not an expert. I had to become an expert in order to file as a pro se litigant. Dear God, they do not want anybody suing the church. Dear googly moogly. So are we done? We're at 30 minutes. Oh, dear God. So yeah, this is extremely frustrating for me. Church said Tuesday's ruling confirms what courts have long said, that disputes over religious doctrine and history cannot be resolved in secular courts. Did you see what they did? We don't acknowledge the authority of the courts, but finally they ruled in favor of us. We can lie all we want for our religious freedom. You can't touch us. And Sam Penrod, yep, Yeah, you were stupid enough to use tithing as a donation, so he then says, all tithing donations to the Church of Jesus Christ Saints are considered sacred, like porn. Our bodies are so sacred, they're porn, for which you have to pay the porn price to have sex, and can finally turn back on your little factory. But just for babies. Dear God. Oh, Kay Burningham's comment. We are disappointed. Bleep you, Kay. Bleep you. I wanted to see if I could get on to the class action, but she said that I had to force myself to remove my name from the records, which I knew that wouldn't be done. And it would just ruin my case. I had to be a member in order to do the lawsuit. And all Mormons protecting this church, who are all compromised by paying tithing.